What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be learning the song Cigarette Daydreams by Cage the Elephant. This song's just so sick, and I'm so excited to teach it to you. So without any further ado, let's get into it. You are watching Logan's Lessons. Let's learn the chords first and then the strumming pattern. Starting with the first half of the verse, there are two chord progressions we have to learn for the verse, by the way. We first have a D major chord. To play a D major chord, we will place our first finger on the second fret of our G string, our third finger on the third fret of our B string, and our middle finger on the second fret of our high E string. A D major chord should sound like this. The second chord we have is a D major 7. It's quite similar to an A major chord, actually. If you know an A major, you just take that A major and you move it down a string. But in case you don't, you're just going to place your first finger on the second fret of your G string, and your middle finger on the second fret of your B, and your third finger on the second fret of your high E string. That's what a D major 7 chord should sound like. Now, alternatively, you could also play it as a bar, meaning you bar your first finger across the second fret of your top three strings, the G, the B, and the high E. Like that. Same thing, whatever is most comfortable for you. Third chord we have is an E minor chord. You will place your middle finger on the second fret of your A string and your ring finger on the second fret of your D. That is an E minor chord. You have a G. A G major chord is played by putting your middle finger on the third fret of your low E string, your first finger on the second fret of your A. Way down here we have our third finger on the third fret of our B string, and finally our pinky on the third fret of our high E. That is a G major chord. And finally, we have an A major. An A major is just like that D major 7 that we did earlier, just move it up a string. So your first finger should be on the second fret of your D string, your middle finger on the second fret of your G, and your third finger on the second fret of your B. Alternatively, you could also just bar that. That's the way I prefer to do it. So we have a D major 7, an E minor, then a G, and A. So now let's talk strumming pattern. We start with a down, up, down, up, down, up, down for the D major. Do that with me. Okay, and then the D major 7 has the exact same strumming pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So. The E minor, however, is where that changes. The E minor has a down, down, up, down, up. Say that slowly. Down, down, up, down, up. Do that with me with the E minor chord. Okay, so now in context we have D major, D major 7, and E minor. Okay, so right after that we have a G and then an A, but those split a measure, so they get half as much time per chord as the previous three. And each of them will get a down, up, down, up. So down, up for the G, and down, up for the A. I'll demonstrate in context. Do that with me. Very good. That is the first half of the verse. The second half of the verse is quite similar, actually. You just replace the E minor with a B minor. So to play a B minor chord, we will place our first finger on the second fret of our A string, our third finger on the fourth fret of our D string, our pinky finger on the fourth fret of the G, and our middle finger on the third fret of our B string. That is a B minor chord. So you'll play that down, down, up, down, up, just like the E minor. So I'll play that with the rest of the chord progression. Do that with me. Okay, sweet. So then we have a doot doot doo doot doot doo section, which I'll dub the pre-chorus. We start off with our good friend, the D major chord. Then, as you might expect, we drop down to a D major 7, a B minor, but we end this section with the crescendoing E minor chord. And that drops you into the chorus. Allow me to demonstrate. So now let's talk about the chorus. The chorus starts with a B minor chord. And do you remember the strumming pattern of the E minor? Down, down, up, down, up. Well, that's the strumming pattern for pretty much the entire chorus. So we start with that B minor, to a D major, and then a G major, and finally we have an F sharp minor, and this chord is actually the chord that breaks the strumming pattern rule as well. So you're going to bar your first finger across the entire second fret of all of your strings, and then your third finger will go on the 4th fret of your A string, and your pinky right below that on the 4th fret of your D. That is an F sharp minor. So just make sure that all of these higher strings up here are ringing out okay. A lot of times you just need to push down a little bit harder. The strumming pattern for the F sharp minor is a down, 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 like this. And so what I'm doing is I'm lifting my hand off over here, like I'm like squeezing and letting go to make the notes more staccato, to make them more short and punchy. Except for those last two. So it has that long drawn out one and then one more staccato one. So you have 4 staccato strums. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a drawn out one and then one last staccato. So in context, that's the chorus. Play that with me. Then we have another verse, another pre-chorus, and another chorus, but then we get into the bridge. The bridge has the same strumming pattern as the chorus, just starting on an E minor chord. So down, down, up, down, up. Then it goes to an A major. And that's the first line. The second line has an E minor, then a D to A, and the D and the A split a measure. So far, the third line has an E minor to an A, just like the first. But the fourth line changes yet again. It goes from that E minor, and then it splits a measure between a B minor and a G. And finally, we build up on an A major chord. So the whole thing being, play that with me now. And that is how you play the song Cigarette Daydreams. If you have a song request, please comment it or DM me. If you wish to be notified of future videos, hit the bell. I sincerely hope that you are well. Please do me a favor and hit that like button blue. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe too. I hope this video has been a blessing. You have been watching Logan's Lessons.